Is anybody else like getting anxious the closer we get? It's the end of an era, and this is also the end of this small series of rewatching the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film that I enjoyed the least on this rewatch was Doctor Strange. I understand that they were trying to get away from those mystical Asian stereotypes, but I feel like when there's a piece of canon that's so overtly racist, white creators try to circumnavigate that by whitewashing it, when in reality they just need to be mindful of those stereotypes. It's not that hard to do. I don't understand why casting white people is the solution. And then we have Wong, who was the manservant in the comics, but now he's just like coexisting with Doctor Strange in the Sanctum, which is fine, but also Wong doesn't have much to do. And then, of course, they made the only black guy the villain. I went into it like, okay, those are problems, but what else does this film have to offer? And it still wasn't good. Like, the plot, I was like, who cares? And also, who cares about Rachel McAdams' character? There has not been a single love interest in the MCU where I'm like, I ship it. That makes sense. I'm invested. No. And this one falls flat too. The only things I really liked were the astral projection. I like how he defeated his villain in the end. Oh, and I love the cape. This next film, I know a lot of people love it, but upon rewatch, I can confirm it's still not fucking good. And that is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And my reasoning behind that is, I feel like other than Peter, none of the Guardians really had anything to do. I feel like this was a film about Peter and Yondu, and I love Yondu. I love him. Rest in peace, Mary Poppins. What was James Gunn thinking? He sucks at writing women, which is why I knew this film was going to be bad, because Nicole Perlman was not there. I'm not a fan of Baby Groot. Like, I'm glad he is still alive, but it's clearly just fan service. Like, look at me, I'm so adorable. I'm gonna start the movie off by dancing. I don't care. Like, I don't care about Peter. Peter is the least interesting member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. If you disagree with that, I hate you. Also, the music did not slap. Basically, from here on out, I enjoyed all these movies, even if they're really low. That's because there's just so fucking many. So the next one is really polarizing. Like, this film made me reevaluate a lot of my friendships based on what team they were on, and that is Captain America's Civil War. I have to start by saying that I did not want this film to happen. No! We just got the most fire film in the MCU in Cap 2. So I wanted that to continue with Cap 3. I wanted it to be Bucky, Cap, Sam, Natasha, and Nick. I just wanted that darkness, that confrontation, that evolution of Bucky. I wanted it to be a Bucky-centric film. And instead we got Avengers 2.5. Maybe this would have been better if the Russos were in on it from the beginning, but the fact that this Civil War is based on conflict written by Joss Whedon, that is poorly done. We should have known it was gonna flop based off of that, because where's this beef coming from? There was no real conflict, and then all of a sudden it's like the government, aka old dude from The Incredible Hulk, coming in and being like, yo, y'all got this teenager killing people in Africa. It's not okay. Check yourself. Which is valid. Valid as fuck. She should not Wanda, whatever the fuck her name is, should not have been on the field. I fully agree with you. 10 out of 10, get that bitch out of here. But I'm not signing myself over to no fucking government. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Anybody that trusts the government, period, at any point in American history or internet, I don't give a fuck what country you're from. If you trust your government, 1, you're privileged. 2, you're dumb. You're fucking dumb. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. We can collaborate in ways to have some checks and balances. The government could easily make the Avengers a disgusting dictatorial weapon to assassinate whoever they wanted to. Like, you know how in Winter Soldier they were using the helicarriers to do that algorithm and pew pew and kill people? They can do that with the Avengers. I do not belong to you. I am not your possession. I am not a tool that you can use whenever you feel like putting another country in check. That's not gonna fucking happen. So, I don't know if I made it clear or not, but I am not signing those fucking accords, okay? So, henceforth, I am Team Cap all day, every day. Let's be clear on that. I get where Tony's coming from. He built a robot that destroyed an entire country. That's super fucked up, and that is the antithesis of what he was trying to do when he became Iron Man all of those years ago. I get that. But how can you, a man who used to make weapons for a living, take those weapons and be like, I canceled my weapons department, but you can use me as a weapon? Yeah, sure. Why not? It's for the good of the world. What? That don't make no sense. It makes no sense. If I had a best friend who did some bad shit without his consent, I'd be in that nigga's corner. He just wants to live in Romania and eat some fucking plums, and y'all won't let this nigga live. Y'all try to kill him because he won't work for you no more. You gotta be fucked up. So yes, I will go rogue and I will save my best friend, even if he don't remember me. I don't care. If he was a stranger, I would still save him. Shit is mad unethical. Let's stop acting like it's not. But my man Zemo, he has the crown for best villain in the MCU up to this point. He got fucked over by Anthony, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself 365 to return the favor. And I respect that. I respect that. He's like, let me look on the dark web, let me look in these files and see what's going on so I can dismantle this shit. He killed like 2 people. Oh shit, he killed more people. Mad respect to Zemo, and mad respect to the man who stopped him. To the man who stopped him. Stopped him. And that is T'Challa. King T'Challa. My nigga T'Challa. Sexy T'Challa. He is definitely the best part of Civil War, while everyone else was in their feelings, being like, oh, you knew who killed my mom and dad. I'll beat your ass. Like, while everyone else was downstairs in the basement duking it out, he was like, let me be smart. Okay? Let me be smart. Let me sit back and let me listen to what's going on. And then let me act accordingly. Let me act like an adult. And they introduced Ayo. And she told Natasha, back the fuck up unless you want these hands. Best moment in the movie, hands down. Every time he kicks Bucky and Bucky goes flying against those crates, I have to rewind it. That's just the law. Also, when he's fighting Hawkeye and Clint's like, hi, I'm Clint. T'Challa's like, this This guy, I don't know who that is. I have never seen that dude a day in my life. I don't know. Was he in that movie? Should he be in Berlin fighting old people? No, stop bringing kids to the battle. Stop it. You stop it. Unless they have had intense training with other special power people for years, you do not need to be here. And then Vision, he is also a baby. Why is he on the field when he does not know the extent of his powers? I get it. He was aiming for the jetpack, but still, that shit could have exploded. What does he know? And then it hits Rhodey? My baby? Overall, I feel like the Russos did the best with what shitty cards they were dealt. Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you watched Ant-Man and you were like, this was good, but Hope didn't have anything to do. This movie is for you. For you. They made it for you. She kicks ass. She has the best fight scenes. Like, I can't even think of a good Ant-Man fight scene in the movie. He had good fight scenes in his debut film. But Wasp? But we also have her mother, Janet, played by the lovely Michelle Pfeiffer. She was in the teeny tininess for like 30 years. And she's not crazy. Like, you think that all that isolation, you would go bonkers. But she didn't. She could have, like, I thought that she would come out unstable or something, or Joss Whedon levels of badass woman and just dead ghost. That did not happen. She was like, babe, you're hurting. Let me heal you. And I was like, ah. Ghost is a black girl who is in a lot of pain, who wants to hurt people and be selfish to help herself. And I understand it. I respect it. The film doesn't really have a villain. We still have the boys. We have the boys. We have Louise, who unfortunately only does one rant. So Cassie, she's just the best. You know, Cassie regularly bumps Fuck the Police by NWA. I love that girl, and she's always the cherry on top of the Ant-Man films. Smack dab in the middle is Captain Marvel. I love that film. Brie Larson, perfect. Sam Jackson, perfect. We got Coulson. He's a newbie, which is unusual. Usually he knows all. And in this, he's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. It's only my third day out here, man.
Yeah. It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
It is fun. We have Goose, who is a kitty cat, or who I thought was a kitty cat. I had no idea what Flerkens were. I was in the theater like, look at this baby. Look at this baby. Why are the squirrels so afraid of this baby? And then the baby killed people. We have Annette Bening as Marvel, which pissed off a lot of dudes. How could they? How could they gender bend a canon character? And we have Ben Mendelsohn. I do have problems with this film because Miss Rambo, she's supposed to pass the name down to her, and you know, we got the white lady passing it to the black girl, and it's like, well. The only upside I can see of that is Miss Monica appearing in current times. The star of this film is Nicole Perlman. She did not disappoint. So we start the film not really knowing what the hell's going on. Who is this woman that we're looking at? What planet are we on? Like, we're just as clueless as she is. And that works, because if we would have had the normal origin story of, look at me, I'm normal, watch me get these powers, like, that would have been boring. We've seen that a billion, trillion, quadrillion times. We're like, who are you? She's like, The best moment of the film, the message of the film is that you women, you are powerful and you don't need to prove it to anybody. Nor do you need to contain it and tame it and master it to make it easier for other people to consume because you're better than them. I'm getting chills thinking about the little girls who went to go see that movie and realize that they don't have to square up with the guy. They can just say fuck you and send that nigga packing. So the next film is Infinity War. Real villain with real consequences. I've been invested in this franchise for a very long time, and now I have to say goodbye to characters I love. My relationship with Anthony is very complicated, so when he got stabbed, my stomach dropped, and I didn't know why. I didn't know that I felt that way about Anthony. My problem with Thanos is that in the comics he has motive. He is doing this in the name of love. But in this film, he is doing it to help the universe, when in reality you could have just used your powers for good and created more resources for the people instead of punishing them. I feel like he's using his powers as an excuse to do what he's always done pre-Gauntlet, which was just obliterate the masses. I would have gotten it if like Drax fucked up or something. But Peter! How does the person who makes the plan sabotage the plan? The film starts with a black man dying, and we all know that I'm not a fan of that. Hulk fumbles the bag from the jump to establish to the audience that we are screwed. Just fix it. Just fix it, please. Just fix it. At number 3, we have finally got a good Spider-Man film. We have Peter longing to be accepted for his powers, and Anthony's like, you're not ready yet, which is valid. When he tells him that if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have the suit, I was like, yes. My complaint with this film and just Peter in general is that I feel like they're just stealing from Miles, and by the time Miles makes it to the MCU, there will be nothing left. What I really love about the film is that it's an homage to John Hughes films. I've never felt represented before in a superhero film prior to hearing MJ say that she didn't want to go to the Washington Monument because it was built by slaves. I was like, yo! At number 2, we have Thor Ragnarok. Finally, a good Thor film. They hired Taika Waititi, the goofiest director of all time. The man who refuses to do drama because he's like, why would I ever want to make a sad movie? Like, sad things happen, but overall, it's just a goof fest. It is so funny. It is so fucking funny, but also so meaningful and beautiful. It's a film about confronting the mistakes of your ancestors, your colonizing, disgusting ancestors, and you having to deal with the consequences of that. It's perfect! Also, Heimdall has something to do. He became Moses of Asgard, and he saves an entire population of people. Hela kills Mjolnir. Valkyrie, oh Lord, a black woman saves the day. We have Korg. When Thor gets his lightning back, that's like top 5 cinematic moments of all time for me. Also, the best Doctor Strange moment ever in the MCU is in Thor Ragnarok. And the final film, to no one's surprise, is Black Panther. Every single time it hits me right here. It's a film about fixing the mistakes of your father. It's a film about Pan-Africanism and listening to women. And then the men kind of suck. Like, T'Chaka sucks, W'Kabi sucks, Killmonger is suckable, but he still sucks. T'Challa's just, he's such a fantastic male character. He is like, Dad, I love you, but you fucked up. And it's up to me to fix it. I have to fix it. Everything that you knew was a lie. You thought that your people were doing right. You thought you were the good guys. Until someone enters your life and makes you reevaluate that. So yeah, now we gotta go see Endgame, which is something that I clearly am looking forward to, but also not. Because it's gonna hurt. And I'll see you guys on the other side.
Piss off, Ghost! He's freaking gone.